welcome to part 4 of my dating vlog. Okay, so I went on a date last night with Brian, and we met at the bowling alley, Point Bowl. They have a nice little, like a bar with serves food, you know, kind of place. But the bowling alley is really dark. And then the lane we had just kept not working. But the area where you sit down is nice and well lit. But regardless, we had a nice time. He's very, very nice. Good, open-minded man. You know, interesting story. He sounds like a great dad. Lots of good things. The problem I have, because you're probably like, oh, she's got a problem, is he's just really ready to be in a relationship. And he'll tell me he's not pushing me, but then I'll get texts or on chat, and, you know, he's pushing me. Even if he thinks he's not, he is. So that's a problem, and meeting him and feeling pushed is making me rethink the whole dating thing. It's like people my age, I think, feel the clock ticking, and they don't want to wait forever. They don't want to take the time it takes to get to know people. And so I think they're just rushing into relationships, and I've done it, and I don't want to do it again. So I just think it's really hard to find somebody. Let's see. So, you know, let's see if there's something here I could tell you. Well, he went ahead and let me know today that I'm probably not the one he's looking for, because he is looking for a serious relationship, and he realizes I'm not. But then he, you know, wants to still talk. And I told him, you know, that sounds good, and what I said about probably, you know, I'm not trying to fool anyone. I'm still figuring out what I want to do. And I'm glad he's not judging me. But then he writes back that he still wonders, you know, in so many words, why it can't be him or why it can't be us. And he won't let that go. So I guess the answer is because he won't let it go. Because I would say there was everything good about him except that, and that's big enough that I'm just, you know, and like last night when I got home, I was tired, and then I got a text about, you know, if I had a good time and wanted to see him again, and it's just like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired, I just want to go to bed. But I didn't mind the idea of seeing him again. You know, I am not saying I was serious or not serious, just I don't know. And so I said, yeah, I mean, you know, maybe see you again. But then today, you know, I think he got the bigger picture that I'm just simply not going to jump in a relationship. And the more you bug me about it, the more I'm going to run away from it. You know, and so, I don't know. There's still a piece of me that says maybe there's someone out there who doesn't mind taking time to get to know me first. I think people, I'm very outgoing and talkative, so people probably feel like they know me right then and there. And, but the question is, when I get to know you, am I going to say, oh, this isn't going to work, so maybe you don't know me? I don't know if that makes any sense. It makes sense in my head. But I've got a few write backs. A lot of them really don't have a lot on their profile, like one with no picture. Hi, what are you doing this weekend? Not sure why I'd write somebody who has nothing about them what I'm doing this weekend. One of them wants to know what I'm doing tonight. That's exciting. Another one just says, how are you? And these are pretty much people with nothing else going on. Nice profile pic, how are you tonight? One guy I had written said, how's your weekend going? He said, my weekend's going well. I'm ready to head out with a friend of mine. By the time she gets ready, it'll be at least 10, but at least I'll have a good day to rest tomorrow. Hope you have a good holiday weekend. Let's see. Mr. Moose. My name is Chris. He told me his name. Okay. This guy, let's see. Come on. There we go. I wrote, where are you at in those pictures? I would comment about something you wrote, but you didn't really write much. I do agree that positive is, well, positive. LOL. He wrote back, well, the first one is on a beach in Florida. The second was taken in Florida as well. It was on an island near Sunshine Skyway Bridge. It was pretty cool. Old Army base, ruins. Felt like being on the seat of an Indiana Jones movie. And the winter shot was taken at John Merck Park in Montello with an ex-girlfriend's dog. It was her idea to use that picture. She said it was a chick magnet. I did like the dog. So maybe we can meet the girlfriend and the dog. As someone who aspires to be a writer myself, I admit to having a rather light profile. I didn't like the job application format of the sites. I'd rather get to know someone as a person, not as a carefully worded essay. I read your profile, and I bet we would have some very interesting conversations. Maybe having coffee would be a good idea. I wrote back, there is a place in Hawaii we used to go to, Hickam Military Base. That reminds me of the pic with the ruins. I drove through Florida once and went to Disneyland. It was ages ago. But I would love to see more of it again someday. Actually, I'd love to see everywhere, so I say that too often. Yeah, it would be cool to get together and chat. Do you ever come towards Point? Want to find a good one. Says I'll do ya. I said, well, that's very nice of you, Mr. Want to find a good one. He says, what are you up to tonight, cutie? I wouldn't have written anything back, but he had a good profile. Not just talking about what he looked like. Hi, I'm a single father of 2 great kids. I grew up in the country. I was raised on a farm and currently live in a house I had built near the farm. I love music. I'm looking for a relationship with a foundation of trust. I want somebody who is as excited to be with me as I am with them. I love children and don't mind if you have children as long as they don't tear my house to pieces. And his suggestion for a date was fine. Okay, I really am hesitating to write back about what I'm doing tonight because I am just really worn out tonight. Let's see. Oh, this one guy wrote, your pics are great. And he had pictures of him doing all kinds of really fun looking stuff. And I said, and so I commented on those things. I got to skydive once. It was awesome. I hope to do it again someday. I've never scuba dived, but I've snorkeled plenty. Read my profile right back if you like. He wrote, hi, I love scuba diving. I only skydived once myself. I want to do it again, though. Where is the area I live in? I said it's near Point. And I looked up where he was, and I didn't realize that Plenty of Fish had changed my settings as far as distance and made it really, just completely changed it. So he's like far away. And I think he could have Googled where I was. I mean, I don't give my address or anything, but you know, the area. I don't know why he had to ask me. And, but maybe he has reason. Anyways, I Googled it, and it says it's 2.5 hour drive. He says, yikes, what's halfway? Middle's not good. I'm not real thrilled about driving very far right now because I'm not real loaded with gas money. So, and it's like, you know, if you do hit it off, you want to keep seeing each other, and he lives pretty far away, so I don't know. Not real hopeful about that. Okay, this guy wrote back. I had written him and said, hi, I read your profile, you sound pretty cool. I like dissecting music as well, and many other things. I write poems and lyrics, but it frustrates me I'm not good at putting lyrics to actual music. Maybe one day I'll get it. Meeting for coffee isn't just about seeing if the person looks like their pig, but it can be a safety thing too. This is regarding what he had written. There are some real interesting characters on here, and one can't tell if someone is a psycho rabid killer by just looking at the pics and reading profile. Not that you can tell offhand, but in person it does help some. Anyways, if you want to read my profile and write me back, I hope you're having a good weekend. He wrote, my point was that the first meeting is really no way a date. That's true. There are too many other things happening in that moment to be considered what I call date. I also allude to how this place influences the whole experience. Trouble reading. One has to measure up to the persona they project online. There are psychos and crazies on here, more than one would guess. I'll leave you with this. As we pass through this life, we trail our ripples off behind us, never knowing who they will impact or the effects they may leave there. Some wade through unaffected, our efforts lost between us, while others weave us into them, holding our impression forever. I understand what you're saying. What you're saying? Thanks for the poem. No idea if he's interested or not. Okay, and sent messages.
Oh yeah.
It's my daughter in the background. Oh, I gotta tell you about this one. Mr. James. I clicked on his site, and he's, you know, he's a big guy, big muscle guy.
Oh God, he is.
Look at this one.
Puppies.
He's got puppies. He's so cute. I wonder if they're his ex-girlfriends. Just kidding. He talks about himself, and he's never married, his kids, and he's a real sweetheart. Anyways, nice stuff. And then at the bottom, there's testimonials. I think I've seen this before, but I forgot about it. And it's a testimonial by a lady who got to go on a date with him, and is looking forward to a Friday night dinner date that she's already got planned with him. And she talks about how wonderful he is. It's just kind of strange. I'm like, anybody could go on there, and maybe they could say something terrible about you, or maybe they could say they already married you, and I don't know anything. So, but he does sound nice, like a nice dude. And I had written him and said, you sound like cool to check out my profile, write me back if you want. I really wasn't after writing a lot, because it kind of sounds like he already found his one. What, Kara? Oh, that's really good. Kind of, but there's one problem. I'll tell you later.
Oh, I'm taking out.
Buck. I wrote Buck. Said, hi, great pics. I liked your PS line. What did he write as a PS line? I guess I should go there. Let's see. Go ahead. That was Levi, my son. PS line was, just look to date, but if we really hit it off, then yes, I would definitely like something more serious. Okay, so I liked his PS line. Really though, I did. I'm thinking doing POF may be a bad idea, because the guys that write back seem to think taking time to get to know each other isn't really necessary, because they know we should already be in love and just get into the relationship. Oh, just get the relationship started. I think letter's missing here. When I try to explain and tell them I've done it the wrong way before, then they peg me as scared and try to convince me otherwise. It's so strange. Anyway, you sound fun. If you want to read my profile, write back with your weekend's going good, Lori. So he hasn't written back yet. Maybe he will. Maybe he won't. I don't know.
Try shooting my hair.
What about this guy?
Try shooting my hair.
I wrote down the pictures of Santa Barbara he had. I spent time in her harbor while there when I was a kid. I lost my lamb legs there. Something I will never forget. It's cool you've traveled a lot. I bet you have a bunch of stories. Your dog is gorgeous too. If you want to read, if you want to read my profile right back. Hope you're having a good weekend. Sent messages. Okay. Yeah, okay, pretty much it there. There was something else I wanted to share. I posted on my WordPress that I would be doing this vlogging. And my friend, excuse me, I'm on here. You guys need to go upstairs now. Bye. Please talk to my lovely children in the background.
Hey.
Okay.
I'm going up.
So she's my friend who likes to warn me about things. And I don't mind being warned about things, because I know I don't know everything. But sometimes she warns me about very obvious things. But I still love her. She's a sister to me and a best friend. She says, hi, Lori. Boys. Excuse me, I'm going to have to yell. Boys, be quiet. Hi, Lori was looking at your vlog. Would like to have watched more of it, but can't do much with YouTube, limited data, unless blah, blah, blah. Okay, anyways, I noticed that you also have videos of your kids on your vlog. Can I recommend that you make a separate thing for your dating vlogs and your family vlogs? I just worry because, as you know, there are a lot of crazies out there, and you can never really know about someone just by their videos and stuff. And I thought about it, and I said, well, maybe I'll, hide more of the videos. But one of the things I would love to do is like reality TV. Having kids with autism, being a single parent, and the really interesting background that I have. I think I have a lot of material for something fun like that. So, I do try to keep out personal information, addresses, too many landmarks. Maybe I'm not as good at it as I think I am, but, I try. When you want to get into show business and stuff, you have to take some precautions, but also other things are just part of who you are. So, I know I have a lot to learn, but that's just something. Okay, so I'll go on about crazies in a minute. Anyways, I just worry because there are a lot of crazies out there. See, like Jenny, of course I know that. I have a friend, if you're watching this, I love you. I have a friend whose husband was in the Navy. He got sent over to work on one of those islands off Coronado. Anyways, one day the FBI came knocking at her door. Turns out her husband was soliciting young girls online. It was very shocking to her and all of us who knew him. It turned out the reason that he got sent over there was for counseling, and I guess they were investigating him at the time as well. During the course of the investigation and stuff, more stuff came up that nobody knew about, like closed juvenile records. This couple has been married for many years, about 15 years I think, and hid all this very well. They had to investigate to see if their children had been victims. They were not, but I think there were some. Now he is married to a new lady that he met online that has children. Those children are now at risk. Yes, and you can definitely find those kind of men online, but you can also find them next door. Okay, you just have to be careful, period. And I don't really trust people with my kids, period. That's why I don't meet men. Not that I actually meet men. I met one guy at a bowling alley. Anyways, but I can't be afraid to walk out my front door. And I can take precautions. Like I said, I'm not inviting people over here, and so forth and so on. Did you know that 33% of non-relative men will molest a child in their home? I think I wrote that right. I'm not saying all this to pick on you or anything. I know you love your children. Would be very upset if something happened to them. Yeah, I probably killed the guy who hurt my kids. Okay, so please be careful for you and your children. I wrote her back and said, majority of molestations that take place are done by relatives, like an uncle and so forth. So just assuming your kids are okay is not cool. It's not just about online dating. It's about life. You have to always be watching out for your children, watching for signs, having that door for your children to communicate with you open. In other words, not always putting them down so they feel like they can't say anything to you. Jeannie's a good parent. I don't want to go on about her story, but she's been through some terrible stuff. But good mom, and as you can see, she wouldn't be writing this if she wasn't. Okay, she wrote, yeah, but there's 33% of it being like a step-parent or boyfriend or girlfriend. I'm sure that's true. I have no doubt that's true, and very sad. About the guy next door. Okay. This one place I lived in, not here, somewhere else. I met this very nice, just very handsome, very well put together man who, caring. He had 2 children that he had every other weekend, and his daughter would come over and play with my girls, and we became really good friends. My son is now screaming in the background. Can you? Sorry. What happened? Okay, I'm going to take turns out. Okay? Go sit on the couch till I come in. Okay, Levi, go to your room till I'm done. It's okay. My little cutie. You're fine. My house. It's okay. All right. So, anyways, hey. Okay, I got it. Thank you. I will come see you in your room. Go.
But I just need to say something. It was not my fault. It was his. We were just play fighting downstairs in our room. And then Kyle was about to jump onto my bed, and then his forehead or just head hit my knee, and my knee and his head got got hurt.
Okay, Hannah, stop. Hannah. Okay, did I say you were in trouble? All right, I'm gonna come up and talk to you in a minute. You may go.
Oh, when I was coming down to you, Hannah was just driving me up on the stairs.
I'll deal with her. Okay, go.
So what? I dragged him up the stairs.
Okay, go. Stay upstairs. Okay. They will be fine. I'll never get anything done if I don't do things. Just get them done. All right, so thank you for waiting. I'm back. Yeah, so the guy, just nicest person in the world, great manners. He seemed empathetic when we would chat about what was going on in our lives, and he would tell about his crazy bipolar wife stories. He had 2 of them in the past, and I had my stories and the stuff that was going on. And we would actually prepare meals together. We weren't boyfriend and girlfriend. We didn't have that kind of relationship. We were just friends. I was, definitely crushed on him because, he just was great. And, but, he wasn't interested in that. He just wanted the friendship. Well, basically, I learned the hard way that he was so wonderful and so nice because he needed my kids. He needed them to be friends with his daughter so that his daughter would want to stay with him and he could get joint custody and would not have to pay child support anymore. Learned all that the hard way. My kids are fine, thankfully. But because I started seeing the signs and everything went crap after that, and I started learning the truth, and he had a history. Been locked up several times, on parole. He tried to run over his ex-wife's husband. He's got huge scars down his leg from his body being dragged down the street by that guy's car. But yeah, when he didn't feel the need for my children to play with his children, he started turning ugly on me. And of course, I started thinking, well, he talked about his bipolar wives, maybe he's bipolar. But he isn't. He is a clinical psychopath.
Isn't that the dude that ran over my foot?
Yes. Yeah, Hannah was trying to, he was supposed to bring Hannah home. She was taking too long, so he pulled out and ran over her foot. That was the first indication that something was going terribly wrong. That was actually the day I realized everything was wrong. And, of course, cut it all off there. Got to know his wife later on and found out more. But, it was a big lesson in psychopaths. And so, just like, he lived down the street. He lived in the same apartment complex. I didn't meet him online. He was just there, and he was just wonderful for a while. So, it's something to always be careful of. And I'm serious when I say you really just don't know someone when you just meet them right away. He was great for a while. He didn't turn ugly at first. And then other, relationships I was in, thankfully they're good people. I have friendships with, people I've been in relationships with. It's just that we weren't compatible and didn't see it right away. And then when I saw it, it was like, okay, we need to throw in the towel. This one guy I really respected in Springfield, I had met him online, and we met up for coffee, downtown coffee shop. Great place to meet. It was very public and everything. And we started talking, and he was just going on about how he's traveled, and he just really wants to stay home. And I'm thinking, oh, crap, because I want to travel. And so I have been used to a lot of people that no matter what I say, even if they're saying the opposite, they just find a way to turn it around so it sounds to them like we're compatible. And so when I started talking about how I want to travel and get out, I saw the little look on his face like that, oh, crap, And he's like, well, you know, I really don't think we're compatible. And I was like, yay, you. I almost like you that much more for knowing that. So something about that honesty, not twisting things around to make things work, because it's just not going to work. Anyways, so that's the whole dating deal. And I recommend this book called Blink. If you haven't read it, you should read it. My aunt gave it to me, and it took me a while to pick it up because I was reading other books at the time. It's by Malcolm Gladwell, and it's about your snap judgment and, or like, you know, when you quickly all of a sudden just know something, and the science behind it. He has, like, the first part's kind of really dedicated towards how great it is. The next part is dedicated to how terrible it is. And eventually he's going to tie it up. I'm kind of in the middle of the book right now, so I haven't gotten that far. But I am absolutely loving this book. It's not boring. I don't do boring books very well. He has a lot of case studies and stories, so he keeps you going. So yeah, I just wanted to recommend that book, and maybe I'll recommend another one for you later. Alright, thanks for watching. Please remember to hit like, and please comment, ask questions, make suggestions on the YouTube video itself. If you want to, on my WordPress or wherever, if you're a friend of mine on Facebook. But those comments get lost. And, you know, I would love to have it actually put on YouTube so we know it's being watched, and I can actually maybe talk about what you said and give me more content and make this more fun. Alright, thank you for watching. Have a great day or night, whatever you're doing. Bye-bye.
Bye.